Hi everyone, today I'm going to share with you an important part in the violin. It is called the sound pose. Now the sound pose, if you look carefully into the F hole, can you see there's a little pillar? There's a little pillar just behind the bridge here. It is actually sitting right behind the bridge and right under the E string. This is where the sound pose is. Can you see the pillar? Yes. Okay, a sound post is actually just a stick, a rounded stick. Look like a pillar, look like my pinky, that sit into the violin itself, and it gives support to this part of the violin. Okay, now it has a few function. This little pillar does. Look carefully. It has no glue on it. It is not drill on it. It is not glue on it. It is just held by friction. It's just held by the pressure of these two top and bottom. It is there just holding it up. Okay, so be very careful when handling your violin, especially. The reason why I make this video is I want every of my students or anyone that is watching this video to take care of your violin well and do not drop your violin in any way because the sound post will collapse. It is just held by friction. Once the sound post collapses in any accident, do not play your violin. Okay, do not continue to use your violin. Get it fixed by a professional. Then you use it. Why? Because the main function of the sound post is to give support to the top and the bottom wood. The two pieces of wood, it is very hollow in the center, so it gives support in the middle, so that when you play, the string are actually giving a lot of pressure, pressing it on one particular string, the spot here, the bridge, pressing it down. So as we play, we know we give pressure to the string and it press it down, and the wood further compress, and without the pillar support, it is going to crack. It may or may not, but chances are there are some chances that your violin will crack if you play without the sound post. Okay. Then why is it called a sound post instead of calling it a support pillar or something else? Why sound? Because it actually alters the sound of the violin. The main purpose is to create a more sound pleasant to the ear. Okay, it does not alter the pitch of the string, the sound you make. In other words, when you play a G will still be a G. Whether with sound post or without the sound post, a G will still be a G. A G will not become an A or become an E with or without the sound post. So be very careful. A sound post doesn't alter the pitch of the sound. It alter the quality of the sound. Okay, I've tried violin without the sound post, without knowing the sound post even exists, and how it sounds like is it has a very hollow, very hollow sound that gives you something like that. Hello, kind of thing. Try rolling up a cone, a paper, and then you talk into it. Okay, you talk into it. This is how a violin without a sound post will sound like. Echo and hollow, basically. And it does not give a very pleasant sound because the main function of a sound post is to transfer the vibration on the top wood to the bottom. When you play, the string is nearer to the top wood, so the vibration creates, the sound creates the vibration on the top wood, but it is not enough for the bottom wood to resonate. So the sound post acts as a connector to connect the top wood to the bottom wood, so that both wood vibrate at the same time. It gives a more resonance and echo, kind of an echo when you play. So both wood will vibrate at the same time. So why is it here and not anywhere else? It has a reason, because we know E gives a lighter sound than the G string. So if without the sound post, or the sound post is placed anywhere else, the E will even be softer, because it is not transferring the sound to the bottom wood. So it's only the top wood vibrating, or rather only when the string gives off sound, but the vibration goes into the wood and the wood vibrates. So if the sound post is not underneath the E, if it is nearer to the G, for example, if I put my sound post here nearer to the G instead of to the E, now what will happen is it will have a very deep bass sound when I play a G. The G will sound very boom instead of a lighter sound. And when I play the E, it doesn't give you that crispy, clear E sound. Okay, so the reason why it is here is because it balances up the sound. The bass will not be too low and the E will not be too light. It gives you a balanced sound. Okay, if you adjust the sound, you're not supposed to adjust. I mean, if the sound post is placed more nearer to the tail, it will give you more of a hollow sound. Just like what I told you, speaking into a cone this way, okay? Or rather, you roll out a piece of paper and you talk into it. That is the effect if you move the sound post behind. And vice versa, if you move your sound post nearer to the top, it will give you a higher, a more treble sound than hollow sound. So it is known that it will give you a more balanced sound quality if it is just right behind the bridge underneath the E string. Well, there are some professional players who want to alter their violin to the effect they want. They will have to custom make the sound post to the height and adjust to wherever they want to put. But the sound post definitely will have to be custom made, because as you look carefully, our violin is not a two flat piece of board. It is somehow concave. All right, you call it concave or convex? Either way. So it is like that instead of flat. So when you move the sound post, alter in any way, it has to be readjusted with a new post, measured with the correct height, and then replace it. Okay, I'm just going to show you the instrument that we use to fix the sound post before the end of the video. There you go. Okay, it's just very simple tools that we use to fix the sound post. I'm not going to too deep on how to do it. Just get to know. You just have to know what are these. These are sound post fixing tools. Very simple tools. Manually, we put the sound post in the correct position and then we adjust it to the position that we want. Okay, you don't have to have these tools. You're not supposed to fix the sound post or alter it in any way, or try to meddle with it unnecessarily. Okay, so yeah, the reason why I make this video is for the benefit of my younger students who may not understand at this point of time, but hopefully in years to come when they're older and this video still exists in YouTube, they get to know this information with or without me teaching. So at least the information is there. I didn't know a sound post exists after many years of playing. After that, I know it was there. I did not know what is the function of it, because at that time there wasn't really many resources around, internet resources and things like that. So I didn't even know it is called a sound post. So until many years later, when I start restoring violin and get to more interested in how to restore and collect violins, antique violins and all that, then I get to appreciate each and every part, the function of it. So I hope this video benefit you, and hope you enjoy it. Next time I'll be talking on other parts of the violin. So just stay tuned. Bye.